Good morning, Anita.
Good morning.
How do you feel? And I would like to know because knowing your lifestyle, I know that there is not too much difference between your average day and your home office day.
Mhm. So I think I feel comparatively lucky because I like to read, I like to watch movies, and in these days I have so many time to do the activities I really like. And I'm not the type who really likes to go out, so I feel comparatively happy, I think.
Good to hear. We share the same university, ELTE, Eötvös Loránd University, and you completed your studies at ELTE, even the BA, and after the MA, and now you are doing your PhD. And you first specialized in classical Hungarian textiles. Where did your interest in these human sources in your humanities come from?
It's such a hard question because I think it was just a really natural thing. So I remember I was a little kid and I was just interested in literature. But it was not, in the time, I was not focusing on classical Hungarian literature, but literature like generally.
Mhm.
And so I think in high school, I realized that yeah, this is a really cool era that would be like good to read. And I think during my university years, my interests were just more and more like focused on this
Mhm.
time.
And that's all?
That's all.
I see. Okay. So we are friends. So if you do not mind it, I think I knew that you had interest in philosophy too, way back in time when you were a kid or when you were in high school. Am I mistaken or not?
In philosophy.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I was interested in that, but I was interested more like in literature. I was
Hmm.
absolutely into in literature.
And tell me, which part of the literature was that thing that captured your mind, or what was that you were focused on in high school, for example? Because it's so good to see that how it's changed during the years.
Um, Actually, so I was really into Russian literature
Mm.
because we had to read Bulgakov, but
Mm-hmm.
of course in Hungarian, and I was absolutely loved his works, and I think it was like a huge impact uh, what I was thinking on literature. And after it shifted into like a more focused interest, so the classical Hungarian literature, because I had so great like professors in the university, so they were just so encouraging in many ways that I really felt their support, and I really felt that it's a field that I would really like to be a part of it.
I see. And how much has your interest changed since the BA until today?
I mean, it changed a lot because nowadays I read books mostly in English. But so I still remember, for example, I had my first like class with my supervisor, and so I wrote a study about Ambrose Zoltan, and
Mhm.
it was about like visual stuff in literature, and it was like the first thing when I felt, oh, this is so great and I would like to do something really similar. But after I was working on like gender, I mean the topic of gender and literature, and now I feel that it's like a circle because now my PhD topic is the visual aspects of literature, so I
Mhm.
kind of like return to my roots.
Mhm.
So yeah.
And tell me, what are you working on exactly in these days?
I'm working on many different projects. So my PhD is about this visuality and literature, I think. So I'm working on different writers, and for example, Ambrose Zoltán or Brody or other. Like it's this kind of authors are not classical Hungarian authors,
Mhm.
so they are like around in the turn of the century.
Yeah. I know these names, and I know that old text is not so good to how to say it. These cannot be sold for marketing or in terms of commercial purposes. And can it be changed after a time? Will someday Amrush or any popular or fancy again? Do you think?
Mhm. I really think I think so. These kind of tests are really interesting
Mm-hmm.
because they deal with different, really interesting subjects, and it's kind of like I think if you want to sell something or like marketing something, and if it's not working, it means that your approach is not something that uh, is working. So I think we should change our approach to this text. And for example, there is this so many like Gothic novels in English language. For example, like Wuthering Heights, and this like text is so popular, and there's so many adaptations that like everyone knows this book, but uh, and I think their approach is working because they are marketing something uh, that at first glance I wouldn't say this novel is like so, I don't know, something that I could really sell, but they found the tools to make it work to sell.
I see. I see. You just mentioned some Hungarian names, and you work on Hungarian texts too, but you are reading on English too. What is the balance between the two in your life, the English and the Hungarian work?
So yeah, so I'm trying to find a balance. So, for example, if I work on Hungarian text, I think it's really, really important to find some like European background, because I don't only focus on the Hungarian text. So I'm trying to find like more international processes in the
Mhm.
time. So, for example, many of these books are about like painting and painters, and I'm trying to find um, like so. For example, I'm working on this text. It's called Rembrandt by Brody Sándor,
Mhm.
and of course you can assume because there is in the title there is the name Rembrandt, so I really need to focus on like how England or in France are trying to approach the image of Rembrandt in the 19th century, or for example how Rembrandt became an international icon in the 19th century, because in the time he was like a really popular artist, and he so in the 19th century it was a huge Rembrandt mania, and I'm trying to concentrate on this topic as well.
Mhm. I see. I know something personal about you that you had courses in Germany and you spent almost the summer in the USA. So, is there any extra, any plus that these experiences give to you?
Oh, absolutely. So if I just think about this upcoming project, the conference,
Mhm.
so I met many of my friends in this experiences, and yeah, when I was studying in Germany, it was like the first time when I really felt that the world is huge and there are so
Mhm.
many opportunities. And
It
for
is.
example, yes, and for example, I met with Paul Christian, who is in our team, and it became a really great friendship. And
Mhm.
when I was in America, I just realized the world is more than I expected. So it was like huge again.
Mhm.
And I met, for example, with Jessica, who is also in our team, and um, it was also really it was a really important. So these were really important personal experiences in my life.
I see. I'm not going to ask you about the differences between cultures because that's a whole topic and we do not have enough time for that. But
Yeah.
I know that you performed on a lot of conferences during the past 5, 6, I don't know how many years. Can you recall the first conference and how it was in your life?
Absolutely. So this is okay. So my first conference was 5 years ago, and
Mm.
it I was I just started university, and I wrote this paper on Ambrusot, and my supervisor asked me like, "Would you like to participate? There is this conference, and I think it's really promising." Um, and I went there, and I still remember I was so shy and so awkward, and I didn't know how to dress or how to talk, and I didn't know the culture. And I think I was such a flying nightmare for everyone because I knew that that was like a time limit, but I think I absolutely I was talking like 14 minutes, 40 minutes, and everyone was just kept listening. It was, I think it was just really awkward. But I think this experience was really, really important because it was an experience. And the next time, I was still a flying nightmare, but I was maybe less awkward. I don't know. So I think these conferences are really important for a researcher because it's such a great opportunity to share your research, and you can develop yourself as a person as well.
Definitely. Okay, I'm just gonna ask you one more, but such an important question. Why is someone starting to organize an international conference on your topics and on humanities during a pandemic and what it's going to be online?
I think it just makes sense. So if you start think, it just we are in our at our homes,
Mhm.
and we have like limited options, but in the same time we have more options. We have our laptops, and we can connect with each other using our laptop. And so I started organizing this conference because it's an important cause for me in my uh, like um, like researcher life, and as a personal, it's a personal project as well, because I met my friends from all over the world, and I knew that they are really great in their field of studies, and they're so like encouraging, and but they didn't know each other. And so I wanted to connect them through
Mhm.
this project. And I'm just so happy that it happened. So I think it's a great achievement for us as researchers and as like a group of friends as well.
Tell me something more about how a conference like this is building itself.
Um, I think first of all, I needed to find my friends who are available for this project, and after, so everyone is good in many things, and for me, it's really important that everyone should do whatever she or he is good at it, because in this case they gonna feel it's not a work or a job, it's absolutely can be a fun, and everyone is trying to do what is really good. And everyone has their own little focused interest and experience, and it's building itself in some ways.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm just going to ask you one final thing. Do you have any plans to continue this this conference next year or every second year or something like that, and maybe to put out of the online.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm planning to do this. My plan is to do this every year, and my
Mhm.
plan is to publish the presentations after the conference, and maybe it would be so great if we could absolutely like meet physically in a conference, for example, in Budapest.
Would be
So I'm absolutely building this like system for the
Mhm.
future. I think it's a really promising project.
It seems like I cannot let you go because you mentioned you're planning to publish.
Yeah.
And tell me something about it. You are thinking on an anthology, I mean a book, or how you would like to publish? Because if it's an online conference, there is a question that you would like to put those texts and presentations online, or how nice would it be to publish as a book in an anthology?
Yeah, so I'm still undecided, and actually, it's not up to me. So first,
Mhm.
I would like to have a meeting or like a thousand meeting about this with the team members, because we have so many options, and I think yeah, there is one option to publish in the internet, but of course, I was thinking like we could just publish as a book as an anthology.
Mhm.
So because it has such a grace if you publish something on paper. It's still undecided, but I think we have many options and we have time to think.
Yes. So much thank you for your time and your answers, and I wish the best to ourselves. So thank
Thank,
you.
thank you so much, and I wish you all the best.